Alright, one, two, oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hey you guys, it's Clara, and today is going to be a little bit different than the videos I usually put up on my channel. This past year was my freshman year at college, and so I figured I would just do a video going over some of my favorite memories from this year. I can't believe that it's almost over and I'm about to be a sophomore. I honestly still feel like I'm about to graduate high school. So I thought I'd go into some of my favorite memories, which I have written down on my phone. And if you guys want any other college related videos, comment below, because that would be fun for me. Because hey, I survived a year. I learned some things. So yeah, I have it written down. So number one is I went to some crazy, amazing concerts this year. I went to Cold War Kids, Head in the Heart, Rat-a-tat, who else? The Oh Hellos. I just saw so many incredible artists. Jack White for the second time. That, I don't know, that just really made my year so incredible. There's something about music, especially live music, that is just unlike anything in the world. It's probably one of my favorite things to do, is just go to live concerts. And I have a bunch coming up. I'm going to Iron and Wine, I'm going to Walk the Moon, and I'm going to Lana Del Rey coming up in the next month. So I have a lot to look forward to. And honestly, concerts just make my life and made this year so memorable for me. Number two, I met so many incredible people. I lived with 3 amazing roommates, one of which I already knew, my friend Sydney. She's been in some of my videos. And then a girl named Kaylee and a girl named Ashlyn. Ashlyn and Kaylee have both also been in a couple videos. And I want to do a roommate video with them before the year is over. But I met so many awesome people that just made my year so meaningful. I found a group of people that have similar interests to me, who I went and hiked with and made a bonfire with, and I went to different concerts with other people. I just found so many people that let me be me and enabled me to kind of use my creative outlet and kind of just combine ideas with them, and I just met incredible people. The next one is a cute old man named Charles hit my car. If you guys don't know, I have a green slug bag and his name is Mike Wazowski, and I was tutoring a little boy in French, and a nice man backed his van straight into my car. And why this is one of the most memorable things is just because it was 80 degrees that day, and I remember the man coming out to talk to me about my car, and I wasn't mad at all. I wasn't stressed. I was just oh my gosh, I'm so sorry that you hit my car. And it was just one of those things where it's I don't know, I was just in such a great mood. The weather was so nice that it just kind of ended up being kind of a funny thing that happened rather than something stressful. And I just think that this situation in general kind of just shows that life is what you make of it, and if you waste time stressing out over things that you can't be in control of, it's just going to be negative in your life. So you might as well take these things that are causing you stress, embrace them, and just make the most out of it. And so I don't know, I think that's kind of something memorable. What else? I bought a record player, which you're probably what the heck, that's not a big deal. But for me, it was a huge deal. I love music, like I said, and I just found music was such a great outlet for me this year, because I do get stressed easily. And so I bought a record player, and I figured out how much I love classical music, and specifically Beethoven. I watched a documentary, or not a documentary, but I watched Amadeus, which is about a film about Mozart, and got really into classical music. And then I watched If I Stay, which has some great classical music in that. And so I just kind of figured out how much I love classical music and have a low-key crush on Beethoven, if I'm being for real. Something else that was cool is I got to do a little bit of traveling. I traveled to San Diego in the fall with my family, and then we went to Mexico over spring break, and it was just really fun to be on the beach. I love the beach, I love running on the beach, and I just really love being outside. So anytime I was able to be outside this year was incredible. I decided on a major, which is a huge deal in college. That's kind of like the whole reason you're there, is to pick a major, pick what you're going to do with the rest of your life. And I went into it not really knowing what I wanted to do. I thought maybe marketing, maybe business, but I decided on film. There's something about cameras that I love it, and I love making YouTube videos, and I love people, and I love capturing people on camera. I just think there's something so special about capturing moments on camera. You can capture emotions in people's faces that maybe you wouldn't have noticed, but then you go back and you see the video and you see this whole different aspect of someone, and I just thought I just love film, so I'm excited to pursue that next year. I kind of came out of my comfort zone a little bit, and I got a tattoo, and I got a piercing. This one I just got like yesterday. It's just my cartilage piercing, but I also got a tattoo on my ankle. If you want a video more on that, I'm happy to do it, but it's just 2 X's lined up, so it's like X, then another X. Kind of like the XX, the band, but basically for me personally, it just represents new beginnings, coexisting, and the literal meaning is like fertility and new beginnings, but I kind of like to spin it to my own personal meaning. And for me, the tattoo wasn't so much about what I put on my ankle, but just the fact that it's permanent. And I have this problem where I always feel like I have to like be in control, and for me, putting this tattoo on my body is just a way of like, it's there, there's nothing I can do about it, it's permanent, let it go. Because I just always try to control everything. Sometimes you can't, sometimes you just have to live in the moment. So I lived in the moment, I got a tattoo, it's there, let's move on. And also I got a big, and for those of you guys that don't know, if you're in a sorority, which I also joined this year, you get a big, which is kind of like your big sis. And she's just meant so much to me this year. She's honestly like one of my best friends. We're very similar, and she just pushed me to kind of get out of my comfort zone, embrace new ideas, try new things, and just freaking enjoy life. So that's been incredible for me. And then the last thing on my list of things that's happened to me, I think this is number 10, is that I decided to transfer colleges. And for me, this was a pretty hard decision because I did meet so many great people at the university that I was at this year, which is the University of Oklahoma, which some of you guys might have seen my homecoming video, but they didn't really have what I wanted to study. And when it comes down to it, you're paying for college, you're paying to get an education. And for me, getting the skills that I need to be successful and do the things that I want to do later on in life is more important than having, a ton of friends. So these people are still going to be my friends, I figured, no matter what. So I'm transferring, and I'm going to be able to study film, I'm going to be able to study abroad, and I'm going to be able to pursue my passion, which is really why I'm at college. And I think that's the biggest thing that I learned this year is it's not about how much money you make or which job sounds the coolest or sounds the most fun. It's honestly about what is going to make you happy, because what's the point in living a life doing something that you don't enjoy doing, because you only get one life. So yeah, this video is a little bit more deep, I guess, but I wanted to talk to you guys about my year, and if you guys want any other videos about college or life or whatever, hit me up, comment below. YouTube, we're about to get real close this year because Homegirl is about to produce a lot of content. Got a lot of ideas, it's just getting them across the camera. That's kind of the hard part. Love you guys, and I'll see you later.